Hello and welcome to Square Up with GraySquare. This week we have Koontz President of GraySquare and Mauricio Garcia. Timothy, would you like to introduce us to Mauricio and how you connected with GraySquare?
Yeah, Catalina, thanks. So Mauricio and I met probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. My wife's Colombian. She originally lived in Cali, Colombia. And I met Mauricio through, a friend, and he was working he was running his own call center down here, and we kind of needed some help with some stuff. So him and I started talking back and forth, and, Mauricio was one of the bigger call centers in the area, and he was like, I'm going to do this myself, and we became, kind of clients together of each other, and so on and so forth. The story goes. So now, most of our guys, before they start working for us, they end up talking to Mauricio's crew before they even talk to our crew. Same thing. We're working on a couple of possible projects together. Mauricio's guys helping to support some of our clients that we work with, in the United States. So, now we're just looking, we have a good relationship. Things are going pretty well. We're just looking for ways to kind of expand it. But, so that being said, Mauricio, can you give us, the short version of, kind of where you grew up, how you got to where you are now?
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you. Thank you, Catalina. So, yeah, I born in Colombia, I was had a chance to leave and grow up in New York City. Left when I was about 12 years old. Spent about my high school years, and then ended up returning to my country. Been here for the past 10 years. I've been working in different places. When I first landed back. However, a few years ago, I got involved in sales, marketing, and call center world. And about 2 years ago, after working as a freelance from my own comfort on my home and creating a lot of groups for different sales teams for companies, I just decided to start my own. And here I am. I'm super excited to be working hand in hand with Tim and with GraySquare, and just super excited what the future is going to bring in our endeavors and different projects.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So Catalina set us up with this idea that we were supposed to talk about which one's better, being an entrepreneur in Colombia or being an entrepreneur in the United States. And I didn't even realize what she was saying, so I'm probably going to get trampled because I'm sitting in Colombia with, everyone around me is Colombian, and I'm supposed to tell them that we're better than you guys are. So I don't know how well this is going to go for me. And Catalina may have just signed my death wish. So this may be my last podcast as well. But so we got to go for our square up conversation. We got to go Colombia versus the United States for entrepreneurship. So,
sorry.
Yeah, I get it. We're both lucky enough to have been in both countries. And the easy side, the cool side, I think, is that for me, I've kind of seen the best of both sides. There's a lot of things I like about Colombia a lot. I like the fact that it's super, super capitalist. If you want to start your own business, you can start your own business. But I also like things about the States. I love the culture of Colombia. I love the people down here. I love the fact that you can just kind of start something from scratch without the government involved.
Right.
I like, though, in the States, I guess, to start the argument, I would say the stereotypical thing, the United States is still kind of the land of opportunity. I think the cool thing is that we have as entrepreneurs in the United States. It's like me, bro. I came from a poor family. I'm not like a privileged American kid. I'm really not. And I started out with literally nothing. And I have a lot better life than I did as a kid. And I think us Americans still win on our ability to do that. I think we, as American entrepreneurs, we can still have like that. I'm going to go out and work 1 million hours and go through a bunch of pain and suffering that you're not willing to do. And one day, I'm going to have everything that everyone's ever wanted in the world. So if I were to say why America wins on entrepreneurship, it would be just unlimited opportunity, unlimited ability to work as many crazy hours as you want. And if you want to take over the world, it's hard.
Right.
It's hard. It's not easy by any means. But I still think it's the most possible in the United States. So that would be the best answer that nothing's going to get my ass kicked by in the middle of a
Okay, well, my part about entrepreneurship, the way I see it is it's something that's new. It's not a new concept, but not a lot of people have been able to pick up as fast as they have, and that's thanks to a lot of mentors. I gotta give it to you guys, mentors I've been from the United States. However, I mean Colombians are way more hungry. The way I see it is we don't get things as easy as Americans, so therefore we are able to do a way better job. We are a little hungrier than the best part that Americans, or majority of Americans, can handle is we can hit Spanish, baby, and English. So, sorry, America. I mean, Colombians that speak good English and have had a piece of American culture can definitely be a low blow for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, the Colombian. I agree with you. Colombians are hungry. A lot of Americans are lazy. Like they're not. They don't feel that like burn. Like if you don't work your butt off, you can still survive.
Right.
Whereas here, it's like if you don't put the time in, you're gonna get crushed. But I still think like as an American entrepreneur, we still have like the opportunity side. We don't know how to dance. We don't know how to eat. We don't know how to do a whole lot culturally very well. But like, I think the stereotype that we're like good at business, so to say. We're not the smartest. We're not the hardest working all the time. We're not the mathematicians or the medicals of the doctors of the world. But I think us Americans, we still we invented it. So we're gonna keep the entrepreneur space going. And keep trying to high roll the crazy Colombians. So, if it were a cultural debate, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Like with the United States, you know how it is, man. You live there. Like it's so diverse. It's so diverse. Like we're not very. Like there's no one uniting culture. For me as an American coming to Colombia as often as I have been, like. The cool thing about Colombia is that, like, the cool thing about the United States, everyone's different. The cool thing about Colombia is that everyone's Colombian. So everyone's habits and is the same. Like, they're so much deeper than ours, like, we can't even celebrate Christmas that well because not everyone celebrates Christmas. Whereas I hear, like, Colombian Christmas is awesome.
Just come here and watch if there's a soccer game, especially everybody's out there watching soccer game. Put the United States soccer game play.
Well, even if you go to an American football game, like an American football game,
right.
Like we're not hype at all comparable to international soccer, especially South America. You guys are nuts. So, I guess Catalina, when the synopsis, you have to decide a winner, but obviously the United States.
Entrepreneurship, I choose as a Colombian entrepreneur, meet up American entrepreneurs, and be able to come to a main purpose. And I think not putting nobody else down. Just the way I see it is I definitely learn more from American and their capitalism and their way of thinking and not putting like, like Colombians, I'm not supposed to put myself bad, but we tend to create, or the Colombian person that has lived here, they tend to create stereotypes of more problems, or more like wall. The American doesn't think like that. Like the Americans, there's a wall, how do I knock that wall and keep going? And the Americans,
as opposed to the wall is inevitable there.
Exactly.
Like a Colombian will be like, never going.
Be like, no, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
The Americans will find a way on how to make it possible.
But I think I've seen that before too. Like with the bank. Every time I go to the bank, there's like a line. And I'm like, why don't you just do this on the internet? They're like, we could never do that here. I'm like, no, you can do it here. Like, if you can do it somewhere else, you can do it here. Like, people are people. Like, people are good with change. We hate it, but we adjust well. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It's possible that makes sense. It makes sense, like the mentality.
That's one thing, right? There could be a lot of people here that they don't like. I got to live this and I got to have answers from the state, so I'm able to see things that maybe a regular Colombian won't be able to see more of the problems. I try to see more of the opportunities, even within the country. There's a saying here that it's if you don't get it in depth, you won't be able to make your stuff, and that's applied to something as simple as a bed. Like you have to get a bed in credit because now you won't have bed on your trees. How little can that be? It's a very small way to see things, and I guess what I learned from Americans is not paying attention to what the status quo says.
Like the negativity and the obstacles.
Whatever, just putting obstacles from your mom. They're just telling you, hey, you can't do this, you can't.
Yeah.
And then as you grow up and as you get the low blows in life, you learn that everything is possible. Everything is possible as long as you have good intentions and just things start sort of clicking.
Yeah, I think as Americans, I think we can learn a lot though. Like the middle class Americans can learn a ton from the middle class Colombians because the middle class Colombians they have to go and make things happen. They have to go and take care of themselves. And a lot of times now, at least my generation is somebody in their 30s. Like our generation kind of grew up with everything. So if you don't have something, it's like, well, I'm definitely going to just get it. Right. And in Colombia, I don't think you guys think that way. You don't think like you deserve. You think like I got to take care of myself. I think it's time. Once again, what do I know? I've been down here for a couple of years, but for me, it's like I think the super aggressive Americans do. Like you said, they're trying to change the game, change the world. I think a lot of the middle class, so to say, is just like kind of sitting around waiting for things to happen. Right. Whereas I think like down here, maybe the American entrepreneur is slightly more aggressive and thinks outside the box and challenges the norms. Right. But I think you got like your guy worked a bus. They'll work a long day. Not think twice about it because they have a family together. And like the Colombian government's not going to give them a hand. So they're like, I got to go make it happen. So I think we've lost some of that. As the quality of life improves, you also lose kind of some of the work. So it's like I know we're going a little bit long here, but can you give us like a 2-minute war story here? Like every entrepreneur has these crazy stories. It's like, holy crap. Regular people wouldn't have survived that, and that's exactly why I am where I am. Can you give us one there?
Yes. Well, I mean, something that really marked me, I will go back to 4 years ago. I used to teach classes. I was a private teacher, and then I had a friend tell me, hey, man, they're opening a call center. You'll be able to have, a more steady job because I had to, I work teaching classes for contracts for hours. So my friend had me go to a brand new call center. It was about to start. Long story short, I started as an agent, just calling. I was able to learn what it takes to, just get information from people, create a report, ask the right questions. And, well, I put the shirt on, for this company. I was able to, hire, and I became like the sales manager. I became the right-hand person of the main investor. And, there was a little issue. I ended up just being like left out of the company. I ended up not having a job. And then I went from, I went from being the person that would interview the people to back to, me taking resumes to look for another job. I had 0 cents in my pocket. My wife was working. I mean, it was chaos. It went for months, and it felt honestly like hell. And then after that, I was trying to get jobs, and I would get a job, but the door would close for me for some reason. And then one time, I mean, just magic happened, man. I mean, after trying and feeling on the bottom on the floor, I had 2 offers. One was for a contract. I had a steady contract. The other one was just sales and commission, working from the comfort of my home. I had definitely, like, I really wanted to secure a contract. But this other guys that were brokers from Miami, they called me first. They told me, hey, you're on board. And the other ones took a little longer. When the other ones, the ones that were going to give me a contract, they called me. I told them, hey, man, I made up my mind. I took this other gig. And they actually offered me a whole bunch of money, just signed the contract, so they had got a client that wanted me to work for them. But I ended up going for the non-secure one, for the one that, called me first. And just that marked my life, because I never thought about quitting on an offer of a whole $1,000,000 pesos. Like, they'll offer you $2,000, $3,000 just to sign a contract. And I said no to that, just for the fact that other people contact me first, and I just had this type of feeling, and I was tired of knocking on doors. I was tired of thinking for a 9 to 5. Honestly, my interview was like this: Tim, I'm sick of 9 to 5. I need to make you money, and that's that. Like, what are your dreams? I'm going to accomplish your dreams. I'm just on this point in my life that I can't. Like, I gotta eat the whole world, because I've already been in the bottom. And that was the turning point in my life, and I was able to scale the company. They used to have, we started with $250,000 sales monthly. Now their goal now is $5 million in sales. I was able to build the sales team for them. I was able to sell like over $800 in yacht rentals. I was able to speak to baseball players, artists like JC or their managers. I was able to book them. And that was enough experience. I'm in Colombia, sitting in my house. And that's basically what marked Mauricio.
Imagine where you would be if you would have gone.
I would have been getting my dude. I would have been getting my my contract, my 401k, my pension, whatever you call it. But that's a huge lesson that I try to teach you guys here. If you do things with passion, and you start thinking about, hey, I need security. I deserve this. This is how much I need to win because I have X, Y degree. And more thinking like, hey, I need to add value. I need to accomplish the other people's dreams. And that way, by me aiming at that target of what is your dream, and I can help you make it happen, then mine will become a reality. And here I am. I mean, KVM was born in that struggle. It was born, and I don't know, man. I think it was born in struggle, and I had spent days and mornings thinking, just creating Facebook. So KVM has been on my mind 4 years ago when I was bad, and just, man, certain experiences brought it back to me where I am now. I have 15 people, and have 4 clients now. It's been 2 years operations, but it's been wonderful, and yes, that's a small story.
Yeah, it's crazy. Once you get going, you're like 100. But I think I'm with you. It's this little moment that define you. Same thing. I remember when I graduated college, I had a quote unquote really good job, like right out of school, and then I also had same thing. I had offer to do sales with no salary, commission only, and I just hated the idea of working for the man for the rest of my life because I saw like everyone do that. Like my parents did it, my friends' parents, and they all kind of they didn't hate life, but they weren't like half and half. And I was like, well, I don't know what the right answer is, but I know that working for the man 9 to 5 is not the right. I don't know what the right one is, but I know that's not one of them. And I was trying to say when I was like 20, I don't remember how old it was exactly, but I was like, I made that decision to do something that's kind of risky. And like, yeah, I think about it all the time. Like, where would I be if I would have done the other? Like, because probably what would have happened is you probably would have gotten back. You would probably taken that job, and then like, now you would have just slowly gotten yourself stuck where you could never make the move. You end up, you know, wife becomes kids, become big kids, become kids in college, and now you're stuck. Can't believe it. Yeah, you end up 70 years old thinking, man, like, yeah, I should have. I love my grandkids, but I wish I would have done that when I was 30 or 25, 20 years old or whatever. So, like, especially like when you're young, like, that's the time. Like, what do you got to lose? Like, that's what I tell my guys. Like, I tell them, like, okay, like, you're 25, 30, 22, whatever it is. Like, if you go out this year and do something highly risky and completely fail, you'll go from 22 and broke to 23 and broke. You got nothing to lose. Like, when you're 40, you got kids in the whole 9 yards, you can't do that. Because you got a lot to lose. Like, you can't make those decisions because your family could end up on the street. Right. But, like, in your 20s and your 30s, like, who cares? Like, dude, if I had to do over, I probably would have been more risk. I would have done something even crazy. I mean, like, you know, I don't know exactly. I would have done, like, super, super risky stuff because it's the only time in your life you can do it when you're young.
There's a saying that I learned that, and I'm going to throw a little Spanish. Hay que cagarla en excelencia. And the translation of that is like, you have to mess it up in excellence. So when I look back into my past 30 years, well, not my past 30 years, past 20, I didn't plan it, but I know I messed it up in excellence. And at this point now, I can look back and say, okay, how good it was to mess it up, you know, in certain because what you're saying, you know, now I'm a kid. I could have done that. I could have taken those risks. I couldn't, you know, just, the point is, cagarla en excelencia is somehow good because it teaches you that, you know, it just teaches you important lessons that you just not afford when you're older.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's like, I know, I'm sure you're not in the exact situation you want to be in, you know, but like, and I'm not either, but I like the fact that we're in control. You know, you can make the decision. And if you screw something up, it's on you. And if you want to do something bigger, it's on you. You know, and if you want to take good care of your people, you can do that, as opposed to having all these limitations. So tomorrow in Miami, Colombia plays Peru. I think Argentina plays Brazil tomorrow as well. But Colombia plays Peru tomorrow in the United States. So who's winning? What's the score?
Colombia 3-0.
3-0. 3-0 Colombia over Peru. You heard it here first. Go to Vegas. Put all your money on 3-0 Colombia. And if you lose, Mauricio will pay all your bets. Yeah, we'll ship Colombian coffee straight to your house to cover your losses. So that when you're crying, at least you have a good cup of coffee straight from the source. All right, well, Mauricio, thanks for joining us. It's fun. Obviously, if you guys if somebody ever wants to hang out or whatever, hit us up. Same thing. If the services that Mauricio and I provide are of any use, by all means, contact us. We'd love to have like a conversation with, possibilities. We're always looking to expand. We're always looking for the next big thing we can get involved with. So, by all means, if you're looking for, the most badass call center you can imagine with an entrepreneur that's been through it all, we got that. So, appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
And thank you, GraySquare, Kathleen. Thank you so much for this time. And hey, always looking forward to add value and work with projects that can bring a lot to many people that are around the project. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.